Yeah, rough seas.
Rough seas,
You strap yourself into your bed, or you weren't in your bed.
No, we had we retired ourselves in at where we ate, so we could
Oh my gosh.
so we could stand up and then eat.
Oh my gosh.
You had to strap yourself in to eat?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, that whole ship would roll, you know, and the food would slide off.
Oh my gosh.
Give you a copy of something that my dad wrote after he came back over from Germany. When he came over.
What they call
Remind me tomorrow, and I think I got a copy of it.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Oh.
And I was
I
that
think he
way
maybe
away
been
for
around 12
over
years
2
old or
years.
something.
Really?
Then I got
Maybe
on
older than that. I don't
I
know.
found a
Okay.
picture
Was that
I think
your
it was of
ultimate
your
goal
parents.
to get on the destroyer, or did they just put you out?
of Bill and me and Lynn and Jody and
The war was
you
over
and
when
Grandpa,
I
and
was
then
on that destroyer.
it had to have been
okay.
your parents
And
standing behind us in your old house.
some of the kids.
It could be, yeah. Because that one
I was
time
about
when you were
2.
real little.
I was about 2.
Yeah.
You know, they took them over there and put
Yeah, 'cause you were-
I was showing her the pictures because it looks like
Oh.
Caleb with long hair.
Up for 4 years, you can go.
I was showing her, I was like, doesn't these pictures of me look like Caleb with long hair?
Yeah, we were born in 73 and he died in,
And that's why I went
I
back
think,
over so
76.
that
Okay.
so they had enough people running as well.
Right. That would just be an amazing
I figured
experience. I
that
can't
out
even
the other
imagine.
day. No,
Yeah.
he must
What?
have been, they
Oh,
must have been
sword.
later than that.
That's a fly swatter.
My mother died in 85.
Oh.
No, in 76, because she lived
I just
9
think it
years
would
longer
be-
than my dad, after my dad
I mean,
died.
that's one of those things, like I said, you know, just to hear my dad tell the stories of what he went through, I was just,
Were the
I was like, I
boys
could
okay out
never
there?
do that,
I
you know,
hope
and I
so.
mean, coming into
They should
going
be.
into port, in San Diego, maybe?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, being on leave, and when he was saying a buddy of his, they went, you know, they got in,
That's
for
really cool.
just a couple,
I got it.
maybe a couple days they came in, you know, and they were gonna be pulling back out. But this one guy, they went on a little drinking binge,
What?
and this guy apparently didn't make it back on the ship. I mean, I don't know.
That happened a lot of times.
Yeah,
Will
yeah.
they just not come back?
No, the ship left, they weren't there, the ship left.
Yeah, the ship didn't wait for him.
Would that consider like abandoning your post?
Yeah,
I mean,
they used to spend some time to brig and
yeah.
they put you in a pool, a whole bunch of Navy guys.
Well, you better come in.
And when they
They're out in the front yard.
needed somebody, they
I told you guys to stay in the back.
sent them out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they would eventually find him. I mean, I know they found this guy. So obviously he had to spend some time having to repent for his bad deeds. But yeah, my dad said that they just, I guess that he just kind of passed out and-
Nathan, someday you're gonna study a war called World War II. You see that boat right there? Your great grandpa Lammers was on that boat during World War II.
Look at how big it is.
He was in the Navy. You think that would be scary?
And he probably wore a white uniform.
No.
No?
Or just what I got on.
Did you really?
You know, I had white t-shirts.
Oh.
I wore for jeans.
Really?
Really?
Did you wear the hat?
Yes, yeah,
The-
white hats.
Uh-huh.
The
They didn't have issued uniforms?
those were issued.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when I went in the Navy, that's the first thing they issued was 2 pair of jeans.
Really?
Some blue chambray shirts like the farmers used to wear.
That's it, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Caleb, you stay right here.
I think he just wants the sword.
Is Haley sleeping or what?
Kaylee.
I laid her in the bassinet. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
Come on,
she-
bud.
Did you do
Come in.
loser?
What?
Did you do loser?
Well, I didn't know where she was. I just thought, well, where's
I gave her
What's
away.
Greg and Jody doing?
They left.
They left and went
Oh,
home.
they did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was downstairs
Oh.
with hanging
Come on in so we don't have to
Tiffany's
bug you.
shoes and
How long were you on that boat?
About 6 months.
That's a long time to be on a boat.
Yeah. Not something.
Doesn't make you want to go on a cruise, I bet.
No, I liked it. I mean,
You did?
It was a good life.
We went on one cruise.
Did you?
I bet it was a lot more pleasant experience than being on that boat.
Western Caribbean one.
Oh. My mom and dad, they're celebrating their 50th next year. And in December, they're going on the QE2 that just got redone. And that's like my dad's dream, is to go on this boat. And I mean, don't touch. And I guess it's tuxes for the men and formal gowns for the women every night. And I mean,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Our cruise wasn't that formal.
No, and they went on another one to the Caribbean that wasn't that formal, but this one he's like, it's our 50th, we're gonna do it.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And they're
Are you
gonna
trying
go,
to get
they're
that
gonna
bug?
go with their best friends who also were. Oh,
It's a big June bug.
ugh, I hate that. They get one of those. I came home one night and I could have sworn I felt it on my head, and I went like that, and I went inside, and it was literally like 20 minutes later, and I'm sitting there and I felt something like. It was in my hair still.
Oh no.
It was so gross.
Yeah, we went on our 40th anniversary.
Did you?
We went on a cruise.
I've heard they're just wonderful.
Yeah.
They are.
We had to dress up, but not.
But not
formal, but we wore,
Oh, kaboom.
We wore sports clothes or
Okay.
And then you wore like a nice cocktail. Did you do like a cocktail?
short,
Yeah.
dressier
Yeah.
dress.
Yeah. That would
We
be-
had a deal, and probably not very many people had when we went on the cruise.
What was
We had
that?
the ship's doctor at our table. They assign you tables
Right.
where you eat every day.
And you had the doctor?
And we had the doctor, and it was up to him to give away so much wine every day.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
we had
Were you never?
two or three bottles of wine every meal on that.
Oh my gosh. How nice.
Was there 8 of us at a table, I think?
Wow.
8 or 10
How
at a
fun.
table.
I want to go sometime.
And I think it's neat how they do that, because it forces you to meet other people.
Oh, yeah.
And like the very first cruise that my parents went on was for their 25th, and there were 8 of them, so their table was full, because I think that's what it was with 8. And they threw a bottle over with a note, because they just thought, let's do it. They were off the coast of Cuba, and they wrote the note and they wrapped it in dollar bills. And they have a picture of them holding the bottle, and then they have a picture of them throwing it over, and of course they had the bottle. It was like a bottle of scotch or something like that. And it's like, well, we had to empty it first, so they all had their scotch and soda and everything. So they threw it over, and this, like I said, this was the first cruise that they had been on, and they just came home just oh my gosh, this was the most wonderful thing we've ever done. Da, 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 da. Oh, by the way, we threw this bottle over. It was just so funny. Da, da, and never heard anything. 7 years later, they got a letter in the mail.
Oh, they did.
And the bottle had washed, they were off the coast of Cuba when they threw it over, and it had washed up on a beach in Wales. And so they think what happened is that it got out into the Atlantic, which goes counterclockwise, the tide, and they think a hurricane came through at some point, knocked it out of that, that it was caught in that spiral, and knocked it out of it, and it just went up. And
Oh, wow.
This woman was out with her 2 dogs on the beach, and she just happened to look down, and here was this bottle, and she noticed, faded, it was all faded and everything. She said she could barely make out
Is that door locked?
the note.
No, it's not locked.
No, I think he changed his mind as he was.
No, it's not locked. They've been in and out there all night.
Well, I thought.
That's amazing.
I know.
That's a cool
So,
story.
yeah, he was just, my dad talked about that for, I don't know, just a long time.
Wow.
I mean, we'd be sitting at dinner, like 2 months later, and he's like, I still can't believe it. And we'd just be like,
Okay, Dad.
Dad, I know it's
Hey,
cool, but.
I have to ask, what was the name of your boat?
USS English.
The USS
The
English.
Yeah. Destroyer 696.
Do you remember what they paid you back then?
Yeah, I got like $78 a month.
Were you guys married then?
No,
I was
Didn't
gonna
know
say,
each other
did
then?
you know him?
So how old were you when you were there?
I went in the Navy when I was 22 or 3 and got out when I was 20,
I'm thirsty.
26, I believe.
25.
But,
And then how did you two meet?
We
well,
met
she
right after.
saw me, she yelled me right.
She saw you where?
After he discharged from the
Yeah.
Navy, and
Where were you?
we were in Pleasanton.
Yeah, we're in
Okay.
Pleasanton,
No, I went to high school there and he had gone, but I knew his sister and I know some other girl that I graduated with, and I thought she was going with him, because she did at some time. Instead, she was going with his cousin.
Oh, well, that worked out for you.
It was a mistake from the word go.
Oh, stop it.
Right.
Yeah, 60 years later, big mistake. Like you said, it's just not working out. You better talk and just start dividing things now.
He's just honoring them.
Uh-huh.
Says all like
He told me that earlier. He's like, yeah, 60. We're going on 60 years. I don't think I can stand anymore. And we just
Oh
That's
goodness.
amazing. That's that's especially in today's society. I mean, that's just you just don't hear of it. A fly swatter. You kill flies with it.
You know, going by the paper,
Hold on, honey. We'll get a
there's a
drink.
lot of 50-year marriages today, though.
Yeah. My parents, I know that the group,
Actually, I got
of
4,
people that
Mom.
my parents run,
I got
they all met,
I'm gonna get a drink.
Hold on, honey. You need help.
like right. when they
Haley's
got
crying.
Yes.
All right.
married. I can go get her. They all met when
Look
they
how
got
many
married,
I have.
and I think probably out of 10 couples, there are 2 that are divorced. They're all going on like 50 years of marriage, which is awesome. I love hearing that. So.
You know, you're talking about, being on a ship for
Oh, uh-huh.
a year or 6 months is a long time. It used to be whenever you joined the Navy. They had an opening on a battleship or a cruiser or aircraft carrier. They put you aboard that ship and you stayed there until you got out of the Navy.
Oh my gosh. That's.
Every year or 2 they would travel somewhere in Australia or Japan.
And you were on the ship.
And you were on the ship, you took the trip.
Wow.
And during the war, nobody got to come home on leave.
Yeah. My dad was supposed to, he said, this is always something that gets me, because his favorite Christmas song is, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Because the very first Christmas that he was supposed to come home, it was, literally, like 2 days before, and they told him, they said, yeah, you guys will be home for Christmas, don't worry about it. And, things changed, and that was the first year he had not been home for Christmas.
Just 1 minute, honey.
And he was just, devastated. All the guys on the ship were, because they all thought they were going home.
And you got homesick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Especially when you're that far away and you're so isolated.
Especially when you're 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, never been away from home.
I have another question.
Right?
Who from your side of the family, both of you guys, came over to here, America? Do you know?
My dad.
Your dad came over?
Yeah.
From
Germany.
Kaylee.
when? Do you remember? Do you know?
Don't lock that.
No, well, I think when I find that paper and give it to you,
It's in there.
it's in there.
Did he come in through like New York or?
Yeah, they came into Ellis Island, didn't they?
I believe so.
Yeah, they
And
came
then-
into Ellis Island.
Did they come to Nebraska right away or do you know?
No, they lived in Chicago first. He lived in Chicago.
Why don't you come
first.
over here, Kayla, and then when they open the door, they won't
Okay.
hit you.
And then they
Why don't you open
came
the
to
door,
this part
Bob?
of Nebraska then afterwards.
Huh?
That's just my grandparents
Hold on, honey.
lived in Germany, and they came to Minnesota, I think it was first. And
Your grandparents or your dad?
yeah, my grandparents, they came to Minnesota. There was one boy born in one of Dad's oldest brothers was born in Germany. Then he came to Minnesota, and my next uncle was born in the United States. They went back to Germany, and the rest of the kids were all born there.
Honey, you have to leave it open.
So,
So they were over, your grandparents came over, but then went back?
yeah. And the rest
I
of the family
see.
was
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
And then your dad came back.
Yeah, they all.
Oh, my
they all
battery's running
came
out.
back together,
Yeah.
the family.
Grandpa, who from your family came over?
My granddad, my dad's father and mother.
Came over. Do you remember, do you know what year?
Oh, that was long before.
Yeah.
I was in
Did-
the 1800s along in there.
Yeah.
Because some of those kids were born like in 1885, 1890
Yeah.
in there. And they never did
Don't
talk
hit.
much about that. You know?
Yeah.
My dad
And then
was-
they came to Nebraska? Do you know?
They came to Illinois, we were in
They
Illinois.
came to Illinois. And I don't know when they came to Nebraska.
Hmm.
Your dad was born in Nebraska though, wasn't he? Or what, do you know?
I would guess he was, I don't
I
know.
don't know that I've heard.
Yeah, they never talked about that.
Just curious.
Well, his mother was Bohemian. Her parents were. Both of them were, weren't they?
Who?
Weren't Munsters and Bohemian?
Are they lighting up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
From,
they've
on
been
my
lighting up outside.
Mother's side,
I don't want him in my lap. Oh, we don't want Caleb to let him out.
Okay, look.
my,
We're gonna get ready to go to bed. Oh, you're not gonna turn the light off.
my
Hold
grand-
on, turn it back on, turn it back on, turn it back on, honey. I'm in the middle of recording.
We're gonna have to be more careful, aren't we? Huh? You bet.
These guys.
I'm almost out of battery, so it's gonna turn off anyway.
What are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with those bugs?
Your mother was Bohemian?
No, my mother's mother was Bohemian.
Oh,
And,
grandma.
and the way,
Okay.
she couldn't speak any German, but she married a German guy. And he couldn't speak any Bohemian.
They got married and they couldn't speak to each other?
Well, this is quite a story, so,
Mr. Judy.
Look how many this is.
Okay, honey.
Grandma lived up east of Pleasanton. And,
What do you want?
my grandpa was
Sit down there with me.
Henry Munster. And he had a neighbor named
Look
Tom
how many
Davis.
I
Oh,
have.
Grandma has to sit down. You can
Look
sit
how
with
many
I
Grandma.
guess Pleasant wasn't even there
What?
because they
Yeah,
all
you
went
want me
to
to
a
count
van
them?
at, whenever they went to town.
4, 5, 6,
That was
7, 8,
probably
9, 10, 11, 12.
9,
You
10
got
miles
12 in
away.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh.
Tom Davis told my grandpa Henry that,
What's
he said,
this?
Henry, there's a young gal over there in,
Dude,
Ravenna that's
What's
waiting
this?
on tables, and she'd make
You
a
won't let
good
him
wife
open
for
it.
you. You gotta go check them out.
Caleb, let go. Give it to Nathan.
Don't open it up.
Grandpa went over,
I'll get out.
so Grandpa went to Ravenna, and, however they communicated
what is
together,
that?
they
That's a file.
came,
Now
they
that's lots
came
of
home
wine.
together. And in the meantime, before this part happened, my grandpa says to Tom, they said, if it works out like you say it does, I will give you a cow and a calf. So, after Grandma and Grandpa were married and they were living out their way, one day he went past the house with, he was leading the cow and the calf was following, and she asked him where he was going, so he told her that, Tom Davis,
It's a cow and a calf, huh?
Tom Davis told me about that, and he said, I agreed to give him a cow and a calf, and my word is my bond, and I'm giving it to him. Let's not say any more about it.
And then somebody learned how to speak the other language eventually.
Yeah, they both could speak English, but they were good as good as the weekend.
That's a great story.
I'm supposed to do? Oh. I'm gonna get you.